there, crafty friends, and welcome back. I hope you all have enjoyed a wonderful, almost first week of December. It is an early time to panic and run around in circles and try and do all the Christmas things, but I do have a spare minute to share this greeting card I created with the Echo Park My Favorite Christmas collection. Now, I have been doing a fair amount of non-traditional color schemes for my holiday projects, so I thought I would throw everyone off and do something normal for a change. This collection is gorgeous. It has lots of plaid and also images that are reminiscent of a chalkboard background with scripty fonts. So I thought that was a perfect collection to work with today. So stick with me and we will make this together. My card base today is a 6x6 top fold card, and the inside has been finished with the coordinating pattern paper and is ready for me to add a section for a sentiment to be added. So I'm going to begin layering on the front. Here's some dark charcoal colored cardstock. It's not quite black, but it does have a nice balance for the red pattern paper. Here's my first pattern paper. This is a beautiful red and white with snowflakes and what appears to be Christmas cookies. My next layer is going up on a foam spacer, and then I've got another layer of white here. So this is a double matting, and this helps to keep this card from getting very dark and also helps to separate the patterned papers. Here is that gorgeous plaid, and I have put a nice border of that faux snow and let it dry, so it has a very wintry and frosted look. And that is just going right in the center. I've got this beautiful ribbon that I picked up from the Funkie Junkie boutique. This has been one of my favorite holiday patterns this year. It's a May Arts ribbon, and it does look like it is a burlap or a twill, but it is actually a very thin linen type ribbon, and even though it does have the wire edge, it will hold a bow very beautifully because it isn't so bulky. I'm just using that double-sided tape to tack it down in the middle so I can flip it over and adhere it properly to the back. So I'm using my 2 adhesive system for this, the double-sided adhesive tape first, and then I'm going to come in with my Tombow. Now I'll just flip that over and add that right to the center, and you can see how that double matting has really helped brighten up the front of this card. I have one more layer here that has foam as well. This is going to be a spacer for the focal image, so I'm just building up all of these nice layers. First I want to add the next layer of matting. Here is a journal cut apart card that came from the collection, and my focal image has one of the journal cut aparts that's got the beautiful sort of chalkboard background with the scripty font and the holly leaves. I cut out where it would have been square, and it's a bit of a ticket shape. I put more of that faux snow on there, and I kept in mind that I wanted my flower arrangements to be on these corners, so I just went ahead and added that where it would show. And now I will just add this to my card front. I want to offset it just a little bit so that I am leaving room for all of the embellishment layers. I have one larger flower arrangement here. This is all the poinsettias that I created with the Becca Feekin Spellbinders die, and then also some loopy twine bows. I finished these with a pretty gold stamen, so it's a little bit extra festive, and that is just going right here on the bottom corner. If you're new to my channel, or maybe you have missed those videos, I do have tutorials on how I create these poinsettias, and also how I arrange them. I will leave a link in the description below if you want to check that out. Here's a couple sweet little Christmassy charms. I picked these up from the Funkie Junkie boutique. They're tied with string, and then I just put a small knot in so that I could keep them at the spacing between each of them that I want. And then I'll just lay those into place and see where they fall. Then I know where to tack that in, and that's going underneath the flowers so that it will be nice and secure. Here's a second smaller flower arrangement. It's the same patterns of paper. I just chose a slightly different flower die, but they're the similar scale, and then I added white flowers and holly leaves also for the smaller one. I'm going to tack this on to the top of that journal card rather than on the card base because I want to leave just a little bit of room to tuck in this pretty bow. This is tied from seam binding I picked up from Really Reasonable Ribbon. This is red, and I just want to tuck that underneath so it helps to balance the larger arrangement on the bottom and fill in that corner. I think that looks really sweet. I've die cut a few small stars with red glitter cardstock, and I'm going to add these here to finish off these pretty little flower arrangements. And last but not least, I have a tiny chipboard 25 that is gold foil that was on my desk from a different project I was working on. This is from the Prima Christmas in the Country chipboard stickers, and it just matched too well, and I had to add it to this card. So that is all for our Believe in the Magic of Christmas traditional Christmas greeting card. I'll leave links in the description for the Funkie Junkie boutique as well as Really Reasonable Ribbon, and you can also find links to our social media sites there as well. If you enjoyed this project, make sure you give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and if you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye!